I wrote this out of infatuation. In fact, you make me want to reenact relations with everything I believe to be righteous in hopes of attaining your companionship. But first, I wrote this manuscript to speak out, in hopes that my words can reach out and hand you grips of affection that will bleed out infection, so when you peep out perfection, you'll peep our connection, unless, for some reason, you're not feeling me. Which I have to take into consideration. Consider my past two infatuations that left me considerably debating that there's somebody out there for me. Someone compatible to my unshadowable fate. Someone who can take my hand like a lateral and who can relate to my parable mind state. Someone who enjoys being charitable and instilling the fundamental truths into the minds of our youths. And I see that in you. With your intensive stare. Looking on like you have the intent to care and the intent to share your thoughts with the entire room. Your future is bright like a butterfly inside of a cocoon. A bomb before it becomes a mushroom. Boom! You are the bomb. Mother Earth's biological twin. Your beauty is the dynamic opposite of the 7 deadliest sins created in her image. I can sense that your wholeness is vintage, and I must accept and respect the untainted spiritual lineage, being that your femininity exudes divinity. It was built to conclude the most high energy, and I'm feeling that. In fact, I like to take part of that energy to ensure its proper place in infinity, being that I am a king. I mean, I was born a Leo, so it's only right that I have a proper queen like Cleopatra. Girl, you got me walking toward the holy rapture, even when I'm just standing still, admiring and staring at you. Feeling like the heavens are shining down on me. God must have known that I would be the one to treat you heavenly. The only reason that he didn't keep you for himself, he knew that you and I together, he could recreate himself. And that is the reason that I want to hook you. I want to treat you like a tour and overbook you. You got me wanting you something so bad. You're a good girl. And that righteous behavior is something meant for me to save. It's like we're two sides of a razor that came together to cut through the sharpest label with that now and later type sweetness. You provide the warmest completeness every time you come correct with the holy strength for my weakness. And I gotta respect your deepness. The way you organize your life pieces, I can tell you know what peace is, and you recognize where the crease is between love and hate. You keep it straight with faith, being guided by your faith, simply by knowing your place in my life. Our lives, whether we're back to back, side to side, or face to face, I'll have a taste of grace, and I'll be that brother starving for the fruits of your thoughts. So if you let me inside your garden, I'll try not to walk outside the margin, but if I do, please pardon my curiosity. I was merely inspired to fulfill a prophecy, a dream, where I'd seen myself with the queen, and I was hoping that you would be the ends to justify my means for living. And that is the reason that I want to hook you. Where I come from, we call you marriage material. Yo, what's that? Yo, I love this. One more round of applause for 3-year anniversary. I love anniversaries, cause like that means you completed something. And I'm gonna do this next poem. I love this poem. For those of you, I'm going to do a little public service announcement before I do this poem. If you enjoy using the N-word, stop it. Somebody say why. Wow. Okay, so I feel a little obligated to tell you this real quick. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why. But the word was brought out with the intention, sole intention, to belittle a people. And it was mispronounced and belittling a people. So to use it today with this mispronounced version, as well as putting the N-I-G-G-A on it, it doubles the ignorance. And then you're constantly accepting something that our ancestors dreaded hearing every day. I mean, it was so bad that people, that some of them didn't even know to call themselves black. They only knew themselves as niggas. And so that's how we ended up accepting it, because you only know yourself as something, and you're constantly defining yourself by the oppressor's definition of who you are. And it's time for us to redefine ourselves in order to move forward. I mean, that's how I see it. And it's necessary. Like words shape the way we think. And if you continuously use a word that you really don't have a connection to, it really doesn't have a meaning, how can you say it's a term of endearment, but you won't let your white friend use it?